What was your wittiest comeback that you're still proud of? Working at a pizza shop. Troublesome customer tries to stack coupons that clearly state 1 coupon per purchase. After being refused by everyone in the restaurant including the owner, he goes on a tirade saying that the district attorney is his cousin, and was threatening a lawsuit, lol. As he was heading for the door, he said, "You can't afford to mess with me." I shouted after him, "You can't afford a large pizza." Got M. Tango down. My husband, he's a big fella, said, "Don't touch what you can't afford," to me once when I slapped his butt. I instantly replied, "Not if I'm paying by the pound. I didn't mean to be nasty, it just plopped out before I could stop it. He probably remembers that one in the middle of the night when he can't sleep. Playing hockey growing up meant you always had to be on your toes when it came to chirping. I was maybe 17 at the time, and it was November, so everyone was trying to grow the dustiest mustaches they could. Mine was pretty gnarly, patchy and inconsistent. I line up next to another forward on a face-off and he looks at me and says, "You should wipe those pubes off your face," in reference to my stash. Which was a well-deserved chirp no doubt, but ya boy here had been practicing your mom jokes, as all teens do, so I hit him back with the, "It's not my fault your mom doesn't shave her pussy." Not me who delivered. Friends out between bars. A bit tipsy. We stopped to talk to her acquaintance girl. My friend gets closer to her and sniffs, "You smell like men," without missing a beat. She replies, "I'm lucky I didn't get close to you, or I'd smell like a pussy." This happened more than 10 years ago and we still remember it from time to time. The in this sentence transforms it from a compliment to a burn. I'm an engineering freshman this year. My brother, who's a sophomore, changed majors from engineering to flight this semester after failing a course or two. When we were home for spring break we were casually teasing each other and he just says, "You're dumb." Lol, got him. I put on a fake pout and said, "Dang, you're right. Guess I'm gonna have to be a pilot now." It was just one class. Source. Am the brother lol. Name checks out. Guy walks into my bar with brown robes on. I ask, "What's with the robes? You just get out of a Renaissance fair." He replies, "No, I'm a Carmelite priest." I exclaim, "I'll be damned." He answers, "I hope not." He totally got me in front of whole bar. You just lived a joke. Not me, but a friend of mine. As students, a group of townies were shouting abuse at us. My buddy shouted abuse back and one of them said, "You're playing a dangerous game. Do you know who my dad is?" My friend responded, "No, do you?" Not me but a friend of mine. He was at a music festival in my city. It attracted a pretty big, rowdy crowd, so everyone is drinking and having a good time. Enter middle-aged woman who shoves into my friend which makes him basically upend his pint all over himself. He isn't best pleased. The middle-aged woman decides to pick a fight for some reason and starts to get a bit physical. My friend looks her dead in the eye and without missing a beat says, "I'd fucking deck you but some whales are protected, so guess I can't." She started crying and left. Edit. Grammar. She started crying and left. That's odd. I thought whales had thick skin. Yeah, she started blubbering. Was it a loud cry, like a whale? Late to the game, but at Thanksgiving one year, my whole family was sitting around talking, and winning contests came up. One of my brothers looked at me and snarked, "Oh yeah, made with thrill gingers. What was the last thing you ever won?" I looked around the room at all my blood relatives and answered, by the looks of it, "The genetic lottery." Edit. Thanks so much for my first ever silver. You name makes it that much better. Father working on the roof. Wind blows the ladder over. Him, "Well, it 3 moose 3 I guess this means I'm counting on you now." Me, "Don't worry dad. I won't let you down." He nearly fell off the roof laughing so much. "Ha ha, you dad joked your dad." And dad even had the high ground. Random teacher. What would you do if you were as pretty as me? Me, "Get plastic surgery." Why is a teacher asking you that? That is a very good question. He was a bit of an oddball, but we all loved him. Greater than him. This makes it even better. I'm just imagining a 40-year-old man asking a bewildered teenager if he's pretty. Friend. We need to measure out 12 inches. I know we'll use my dick. Me. You got 12 of them? One guy was boasting about his dick and said something along the lines of, "When I take a piss I hold my dick with 4 fingers." I replied, "And you pee on 3 of them?" When I was in high school, a girl that I had dated for a while and broke up with called me about 3 months afterward. I picked up the phone and said, "Hello," and she immediately said, "I just want you to know that I'm having much better sex now." I replied with, "Well, tell your dad I said congratulations," and hung up. I have never been that witty since. I had the same setup but a different way worse reply. I dated this girl for 10 months who was sort of a train wreck, but it was kind of understandable since she basically grew up in foster care and didn't speak to any of her family. She was ultimately abusive and cheated on me with a guy we'll call Derek. A few months post-breakup she texted me, "Just wanted you to know I'm fucking Derek again right now and he's way better than you." I texted back, "That's cool. I'm having dinner with my family who loves me, so I guess we've both got reason to be jealous." Oh no, oh no. Oh Lord, get her some ice. She needs some milk. Derek is already giving her milk. I used to work as a carpenter's assistant. For some reason, I bought myself a 22-ounce framing hammer, which is, to be honest, more hammer than you'll ever need. One guy the first worked with was teasing me about it. "A real carpenter doesn't need more than a 16-ouncer. I replied, "You've been listening to your wife too much." "Huh, she's been telling you size doesn't matter, right?" If only he'd had said that you were compensating for something with the size of your hammer, he might have managed to win the argument. Yet he chose the dumb route instead and got completely annihilated. Not mine, but my friend called me dickless and I responded, "I do have a dick." And he came back with, "Well, spit it out, it's not yours." I'm still in shock from how great that comeback was. This wasn't a comeback, but a witty burn for sure. On the bus in high school, a girl, who frequently annoyed me with her loud storytelling, was telling everyone about how she was getting hit on by one of the trash collectors while waiting for the bus. Typically I was the quiet kid who kept to myself. But this time I chimed in with, "I think he was just trying to do his job." My first gold and silver. Thank you, strangers. It's always the quiet ones who cook the meanest roast. Graduated college 2 years ago and am currently working a rather boring desk job to save up money for grad school. My boss has a great doggo that I will periodically walk because I feel bad that it just sits next to me all day without going out much. Anyways, I had some college friends come visit me, some of which I'm not huge fans of, and one girl said, "Hey, how's your job picking up dog shit?" I think she must have seen my Snapchats or something. I was a little caught off guard by this comment though. We were never super close in college or anything. Luckily, I knew that she still doesn't have a job and is working on her music career. I responded with, "Good. Speaking of dog shit, how's your music career going? Still feel good about that one? Her music sucks." Male was about to cross a road with a few friends, all female. A car passed by with a bunch of dudes, windows down. They were catcalling my friends, whistling and shouting, "Hey sexy," and such. I was shouting back, "AAAWWW, thank you." Quote, "The girls burst in laughter and the guys looked confused, didn't have a comeback themselves and just drove off." Not extremely witty, but I loved that moment. As a straight male, I shall take compliments regardless of where they came. I am not against blatant objectification of myself. I went to a gay bar with my friend and got so many compliments. One guy was hitting on me and bought me a drink. I awkwardly said I wasn't gay and he replied, "That's okay, you're nice to look at." I was like, damn, maybe I'm gay now. At a party, my cousin was once boasting how much his new girlfriend changed him. She is so great. Because of her I learned so many new words. Me, like, water, and soap. After screwing up at work, colleague, "I'm not sure if it's because you're dyslexic or stupid." Me, "I like to think it's a little bit of column A and a little bit of column 2. Edit. Thin to think." I'm big guy, 6 feet 6 inches 270-ish pounds, and this happened about 2 years ago. I was grocery shopping with my wife and went looking for something that was on the list. I don't remember what. I was heading up one of the aisles when I crossed paths with a shorter dude that was obviously on some type of upper. He was bouncing all over the place looking for something. He noticed me as I passed him and he stops and says, "Wow, you're a big fella." I reply, "Yes I am." I constantly get this remark. As I'm continuing by him he states, "I could take you though." I stopped and put a surprised look on my face and exclaimed, "Really? All 12 inches? His face went red. "Fuck you." I smiled at him and said, "That's the spirit." He mumbled something and walked away. That was probably my best comeback ever. Edit. Hi yo Silver. Thank you kind stranger. My older sister is very upset that I am taller than her. Only by a few inches, but it still angers her. One day, she was being especially annoying, so, me, remember, I'm still taller than you. Sister, yeah but my tits are bigger. Me, even if you put your tits on your head, I'd still be taller than you. She got so red-faced until my dad started laughing. She still brings it up to this day. A guy was making fun of a very loudly printed shirt I wore in my late teens. This full-on cowboy mural abomination. I told him it was perfect for him because it had lots of pictures and no words. This one guy was hitting on me in middle school. He asked if I wanted to go on a date with him. I told him no. He said, "I won't take no for an answer." I said, "Well you should. Because you'll be hearing it a lot. He'll be thinking about that when he can't sleep." I was always super quiet growing up, and got teased a lot. There was a kid who always get on the bus and ask me what time he should pick me up for our date and snicker with his friend. I'm not even sure where I heard it or why I said it, but one day I decided to reply instead of ignoring it. I told him 5 o'clock. You bring the handcuffs. I have the whip. Dead. Fucking. Silence. The kid never said another word to me. Even years later when I took my driving test and he was there too. I wished him luck and he wouldn't talk to me. I can only imagine how shocked he was because like I said, I was super quiet normally and an easy target. Sounds good. See you at 5. Me, my dad, and my brother were talking. My dad tells us that women could bend their back in a way that their face is in the crock, but dudes can't. My brother proceeds to prove him wrong by bending over himself. To which I reply, "Is that why your breath stinks?" Was eating alone in the cafeteria one day in high school and this dickwad comes by and says, "Sitting with all your friends?" I replied, "Nah, sitting with all yours." He was deflated. Edit. Thanks for the gold kind stranger. I think it's my first. The no you strat.